Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pass last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the 2 and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll wait to roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales, all big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer.
World of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
All right, Wasted Water Sports, ahoy. We are ready to go here for the All Blacks versus England in the second test. And I have broken my microphone already. Look at that. 2 seconds onto the screen and already I've broken something. Gamer Mel, ahoy there. McGregor Orchard, ahoy. How's everybody doing? Oh, those are not supposed to be on the screen yet. Jeez, we need to talk about those, because I've got some red hot sporting tips for you all. I said tips. P-T-I-P-S. Not that other thing that you dirty-minded individuals out there are thinking about. Not that there's anything dirty about. Anyway, I'm going to stop digging a hole here and get right into it. Bungholio, ahoy there, mate. That son of a bitch there. Hey, all right. Here we go. Now, here's a story. Before I get into the serious business. Shh. Stan Sport, please be quiet. You're going to get me copyrighted. Dear God. All right, so, funny story, yes? This is how supportive, how extremely supportive the Wasted Water Sports, I'd like to say diehard subscribers are, right? This is how supportive they all are of the channel. So I decide, last night, Sharks versus Tigers, okay, very difficult match to get excited about, right? In terms of looking at options in the draw, very difficult to get excited about a Sharks-Tigers match. It's not exactly going to be the definition of quality rugby league, yeah? So I decide, bugger it, I just won't do it. I get these messages on Instagram. I get some messages on Facebook. Like, oh, no stream tonight, mate. I hope everything's okay. You know, just want You know, Mackenzie, good friend Mackenzie, previous Intoxigamer subscriber. Oh, I popped on to see the stream. You weren't live. Just wanted to make sure everything's okay. These sons of bitches in the Discord. Dad's a Nazi. He's joined that Bin Laden group. Well, I mean, that's not the exact words, but that's pretty much the picture they were painting. It's like, how nice of them to check in on me, and he's not streaming. What a flog. Now, that one they did actually say. I was quite surprised because I didn't check the Discord, and I was saying at UFC earlier, I'm actually quite surprised that the moderators on Discord, see, because I know that it's all in good fun, or I assume it's all in good fun, but the other moderators don't know that. I was really surprised that I didn't. I was really surprised as I woke up this morning and read back over the chat logs. I'm like, how did they avoid a ban? I'm going to have to... I mean, obviously, it was fine. Maybe the moderators know you guys better than I realize. No, flog was the exact word, actually, James. You said, what a flog, and then UFC put the 100 emoji on it in support of it. But anyway, I digress. All in good fun, as I said. So, let me give you some red-hot sporting tips for this one, as the All Blacks get ready to take on England. And previous results between these two teams, it's usually a good game. It's usually a low-scoring affair, and it's usually pretty close as well. So, as you can see, the previous 5 matches between these two teams, not a lot between them. As a matter of fact, the biggest victory, the only time in the previous 5 meetings that a game has a margin, a winning margin, has been above 10 points, was actually in the Rugby World Cup when England got the 12-point victory over the All Blacks. The All Blacks' victories over England in recent times, previous 5, have been very, very close. 1 point, a draw, 1 point, 3 points. So, with that in mind, a couple of betting options for you. If you're not into the same game multis and you just want to do some straight up bets, some good options here might just be unders. Unders is paying $1.90. Under 50.5 points. The last time 50 points was made was the 25 points all draw in the end of season tour. I believe that was last year. So not a lot of high scoring affairs between these two teams. So if you want to have a little cheeky wager, $1.90 for unders is looking the goods. And of course, the All Blacks, their last victories over England, 1 point, 3 points. All Blacks paying $4.60, I think it was, when I looked it up, $4.60 for the winning margin of 1-5. Remember, the last All Blacks victories over England, 1 point, 3 points. So All Blacks at $4.60 with a 1-5 winning margin is pretty good value. Now, I myself have gone for a same game multi, try scorers. Sevu Reece, you often can't go wrong with Sevu Reece. He's a try-scoring machine at the end of that All Blacks backline. Talea's another option. I just think that there'll be a lot more attack down Sevu's side. He scored a double in the last game, if I'm not mistaken. So, Sevu Reece again to get on the try-scoring sheet. Ardie Savea, I was disappointed, devastated. As a matter of fact, I didn't have him last time in the first international between these two, the first test. I didn't go Ardie. Son of a bitch scored a try. So I've gone all in on him again. And Jamie George has let me down now the past couple of games. But look, England love plugging the ball into the corner, setting up that rolling maul. If they get into that scenario again, they did in the first test, but only the one time. And the one time, they took everybody surprised. And if you're familiar enough with the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. England will plug it into the corner, throw it to the front, set up the rolling maul. Jamie George will recollect the ball at the back of the maul and dive over. against a retreating defence. And they had it set up to do just that against the All Blacks last week. But taking everybody by surprise, and this is probably the reason why they did it, taking everybody by surprise, they released the ball from the maul immediately. And they went 2 passes out from the ruck and dived over. It took me by surprise during the commentary. And I think it took everybody on the field by surprise as well, because the All Blacks were in no way prepared to defend it. They'll be a little bit more prepared this week, which is why I think possibly if they get into that situation again, they be in England, we might see a more traditional rolling maul here in the second test. But we'll see. So anyway, there's a few little betting options for you if, like myself, you like to have a cheeky little punt. Yes, indeed. McGregor Orchard, Australia play Wales today on the second test. I'm actually going to skip that one because the Broncos-Dragons game, I've just got a feeling, I don't want to jinx it, because every time we say a game's going to be great, it inevitably ends up being kind of crap. So I don't wish to jinx it, but I feel like with the Origin stars absent, these two teams very much become evened up. So I will actually be covering the Broncos-Dragons game tonight instead of the Wallabies versus Wales. There was no way in the world I was missing this one, though. All Blacks, England, teams coming out onto the field. A whole lot of cack to get through before we actually start the match, though, of course. So that gives me an opportunity to shout out the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. By God, look at you all. That is a massive, massive field. You know what? There's no space to play. There's so many players out on the field there now. So, a big shout out to the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. So that's the people that have taken the time, and I very much appreciate taking the time to click the join button and throw their support behind the Wasted World of Sports. And James. He's there on the goalpost at the top of the field. And, pretty much here for every stream almost since we first started. So recognition there by impaling him on top of the goalposts at the far end of the field. I mean, what better way could you shout out somebody who's been supporting us for that long? All Blacks 2024 season under the new coach, Scotty Razor Robertson, got off to a fantastic start. Something's happening out the front there. Richard Trainer, ahoy there. How you doing, mate? The All Blacks got off to a decent enough start under Scott Robertson. I was a little surprised, I suppose, I would have to say, in all honesty, it was disappointing in some respect. I mean, I anticipated, hoped for immediate results. Now they won. A win is still a win, whichever way you slice it. A win is a win. Oh, I need to go get my shot bottle. Yeah, she's just trying to say hello to Ahoy to Moses. That's all it is. Cheers, Bungholio, for the super chat. I did very nearly call it a super chat. The Wasted World of Sports might have started pretty early this morning. Already slurring. It's going to be a long night. Now, what was I on about before I walked off? Can't remember. Oh, yeah, a win's a win. No matter which way you slice it, a win is still a win. I guess I just expected a little bit more out of the All Blacks under Scott Robertson. Some immediate results. So, all right, James, I think everyone knew what you were talking about. Well, actually, no, they probably don't, because that conversation was on Discord, wasn't it? Cat Lego says, what are the chances of England to win? Not horrible. Actually, not horrible, Cat Lego. I had this up on the screen right before you popped in, I think. The previous 5 meetings between these two teams, very, very close. As a matter of fact, the biggest win out of the last 5 meetings has been by England. When games are that close, we're talking 1 point, draw, 12 points, 1 point, 3 points. When games are that close, they can effectively go either way. So yeah, England have definitely got an almighty chance here. And for the All Blacks, Scott Robertson, he didn't really clean house as much as I sort of anticipated as well, as far as tactically and troops. So some of the same issues are still just lurking around there for the All Blacks, such as inability to counter a rush defense. England utilised the rush defense very well in the first test. They shut the All Blacks down after the All Blacks got off to a good start. Remember, the All Blacks scored no tries in the second half. Leo Francis asks a very loaded question. A very loaded question. Whoops, I've put the wrong one up. How come Australian rugby has gone south? Well, some of the issues for Australian rugby, and we can talk about this more at halftime if you like, and if somebody reminds me, but the issues really started heavily on Australian rugby when they put a proven failure, and I don't like saying things like that about people, but ultimately in this case it's true. They put Raylene Castle in charge. Raylene Castle, a proven failed businesswoman, she has sunk every single team that she's been involved in. I don't know how people like that keep getting big jobs. It's like, okay, they've got the resume of high-profile positions, but when you've tanked in all those high-profile positions, how do you keep getting them? So honestly, that was a big part of it. I'm not saying that that's the only reason, but that was a very big part of it. Like, some really shonky stuff went on when she was in charge. And it was very, very hard to recover from that. As the All Blacks get down to business here, it's haka time. But anyway, yeah, that's I could talk for hours on the current state of Australian rugby. I feel like they've taken the correct steps to rectify it, like putting somebody, a former player, rather than a businesswoman. So Phil Waugh is somebody who actually played the game, getting these people in and around the game. John Eales is somebody that they should reach out to if they haven't already. George Gregan. These are business-minded people as well as former players. I just fear it could be too late. I fear it could be too late. So much damage has been done. I don't know that we'll see any sort of serious revival, serious resurgence in my lifetime. Haka, done and dusted. The teams are getting ready to do battle. Is Rugby Pass TV the sponsor today? No, I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but I thought I use all their graphics and stuff on my scoreboard, so it was only right of me, I think, to leave that on there. And give them a little bit of a plug. So the rolling text commentary and the scores and everything comes directly from Rugby Pass on my screen. So it's only fair that they get a little bit of a promo for what it's worth on my end. He's got 2 whistles, the referee. Who's the referee? He's got to be French. He's got 2 whistles. All right, seriously, we've got to find out who the referee is. UFC, do you think that the haka is... do you feel the haka is... what's the word I'm looking for? Has its time passed? Ready to get underway in this one. All Blacks versus England, second test. And it's England with the kickoff. Scotty Barrett, the captain, gets under it for the All Blacks. Remember, TJ Perenara injured in the first match. So we've got Finlay Christie out there. Stands out like a bloody, I don't know, stands out like dog's balls, just Finlay Christie. And the clearing kick doesn't find a lot of distance. England setting it up in midfield, inside All Blacks territory. A chance to strike first. They spread it wide early. This is unexpected. Tommy Freeman tries to step back in field. Well defended at the moment here for the All Blacks. And now a big driving tackle. Counter ruck is on. And the All Blacks walk straight over the top of that ball and turn it over. Massive D there from the All Blacks. And McKenzie now kicks into the corner. In behind the English line. It sits up. Feigns to kick. And he's swallowed up there by Sevu Reece. Counter ruck again. The counter ruck was too good. They've driven right over the top and now left the wing exposed. As England race back downfield. Put the kick in. Geordie Barrett's back. Collects it inside the 22. McKenzie to Talea now. End to end. This stuff goes. Penalty advantage now as England. Itoje dives in over the top. Nick Berry is the referee, who's from Brisbane. All right, I'm going to call him Nick Berries now. Because he's got 2 whistles. I didn't say it was Bungholio. I was just asking... I was asking UFC to elaborate more on his opinion. It wasn't my opinion. Don't shout at me. Jesus. Penalty there for the All Blacks. They find touch just over the halfway line. Frantic pace to start this game. The throw to the front. All Blacks secure the ball. A rolling maul on halfway. Told to use it now. Christie out to Barrett. Fires a no-look pass out to nobody. And Perifetta loses the ball. And that was a terrible pass, really, from Barrett. You can't blame Perifetta Cheese for that one. And this will be England scrum down in attacking range. Geordie Barrett, he's... Geordie Barrett's the All Blacks Reece Walsh, yeah? Rocks or diamonds? Rocks or diamonds? McGregor Orchard, is it at Eden Park? Or whatever the rugby stadium is in New Zealand. I love that. It's like, is it Eden Park or whatever that rugby stadium is? As if there's only one. Oh, that's fabulous. Yes, this game is at Eden Park. A fortress for All Blacks rugby, of course. Scrum down, and this is a big push here from the All Blacks. It collapses, and referee Berries says, I don't care, play on. England secure the ball, just. And I tell you what, if the All Blacks win the scrum battle, they go a long way to winning this match, because that has usually been the cornerstone of Northern Hemisphere play. Drop kick from Marcus Smith. It's a shocker. And Perifetta's got it to the back. Beats the first. Oh, he's playing well. Perifetta Cheese looks for the offload. Goes to ground. Sets it up now. Talea beats the first tackle. Oh, these All Blacks outside backs are looking good. I am such a big fan of the Perifetta Cheese. He was the standout performer for mine in the first test. Christie puts the box kick up. Pressure on England. Stewart loses it. This will be a knock-on advantage to the All Blacks. McKenzie with the chip kick over the top. Looking for the bounce. Gets it. Fends away from his own player. And now puts Geordie Barrett into space. Barrett with support from Cody Taylor. Taylor doesn't have the legs. And he offloads to Severis, who knocks it forward. Cody Taylor didn't have the pace, the big fella. Incredible start to this game, though. How fabulous was that, seeing Damian McKenzie fend off his own player? You don't see that very often. Still 0-0 somehow. This game has just been chaos. End to end. Fantastic stuff. 0-0. Scrum will go down here. England, this one, they'll be under the pump here, England. The first scrum, the All Blacks got the shove on. Let's see. Can they hold their own on their own try line? Jeez, I tell you what, the scrum half for England, Alex Mitchell, looks so much like somebody I went to school with. Big push again here from the All Blacks. England, they don't dick around. They get that ball out quickly. They were taking no chances there inside their own 20. Box kicking coming somewhere along the line here, and Mitchell, not this time. They spread it wide, England, trying to take the All Blacks by surprise, but now the kick got good purchase on it, but Perifetta's there to take it on the full, and he returns it in kind, finds the grass, and Smith will let it roll into the end goal. It sits up. He was hoping it would go dead. And Smith, calm, cool, collected, puts it into touch. 10 metres short of the halfway line. Their own side of halfway. An All Blacks throw into the line out. Blake, ahoy there, mate. Oh, it's been a great opening 7.5 minutes. Taylor throws to the front. Taken by Surveyor. Spills out the back. Christie can't gather it, and it's called a knock on. Scrappy start to the line-out work for the All Blacks. Cheeky little knock on there from Artie. Yeah, there it was. He spills it. Hits Ethan de Groot's head. Richard Trainer, you grew up across from Eden Park. You remember watching the first World Cup win for the All Blacks. Oh, nice. And then there was a massive, massive dry spell. And then the hoodoo was finally broken. I remember when I first set up this studio, and this just happens for whatever reason. When Wasted World Sports first started and I first had the studio set up, as the All Blacks win a scrum penalty, finally, their dominance at scrum time yields some rewards. I say finally, that's only like the third scrum. Yeah, but I remember when I first set up the studio, there was no outside noise. Anything outside this room was never picked up on the microphones. I don't know what's changed. But now, yeah, all her barking at the door comes through. That time Jace was here to do the Melbourne Storm Manly game, and he was out on the balcony having a smoke, and he said something on the balcony that came through the microphone. I'm like, it's not supposed to be happening. Anyway, I need to investigate that further, I suppose. And even I was chatting on Discord to UFC the other night, and he even said occasionally the TV sound spills through the microphone. I mean, that should definitely not be happening. I've got the TV down so low when I call these games, so it's only just in my hearing capacity. So some sort of sensitivity, I guess. That suggests to me some sort of sensitivity level on something, whether it be the soundboard or the streaming software. Something is boosting the microphone gain, and we're picking all this stuff up randomly now after 2.5 years. Anyway, I'll stop bollocksing on. The All Blacks go on the attack here. 15 metres out from the line. They stay on the short side. Rico Ioane. To Talaya. Talaya picks it up and scoots down the blind side. He scores the opening try. Mark Talaya. You wouldn't even say that was half an opportunity. But he's made it work. He scoots down the blind side. It's the blind side for a reason, I guess. Nobody saw that coming. And he does extremely well to stay in the field of play. Wow, there was no defense there from England at all. And by the time Waboso reacts, it's way too late. Has he put a foot in touch? That might be the only thing here. The foot's up, the foot's up. Ah, he hits the corner post. Yeah, Waboso tries to put the tackle on. Talaya does extremely well there to stay in the field of play. And the All Blacks come up with the first try. From the sideline, D-Mac puts it over, and the All Blacks lead 7 points to 0. England get us back underway. Wasted World of Sports later on tonight. Broncos versus Dragons. We switch back to the NRL as Mackenzie with the clearing kick. About 10 metres short of halfway. I'm sure that these assistant referees, the touchies, I'm sure they just guess, right? They just have a little guess where it finds touch. England secure the line-out ball. 7 points to 0. All Blacks in the lead. Through the hands now, England. Attacking the left-hand edge. All Blacks number up. And they defend well. Cody Taylor goes in looking for the turnover. Now a chip in over the top from Smith looking for Waboso. He finds his target. Waboso steps in field. And Waboso will score. England have hit straight back. playing expansive rugby. It is a stereotype of Northern Hemisphere rugby that it's 10-man rugby. England are not really utilising their forward pack at all so far tonight, surprising the All Blacks with expansive play, spreading the ball wide early in the phase count, and now a crossfield kick has caught them napping. Perfectly placed. Waboso, too much agility, too much pace, and it's about to be 7 points all. Just like game one. Exactly like game one. Stay hunky, ahoy there. Game one, the All Blacks scored early. England hit straight back. Game two, All Blacks score. England hit straight back. Smith converts and it's 7-all. 15 minutes gone. Waboso. I nearly put him in my multi as well. He just wasn't offering enough coin. Wow, 7 points all, and that, I've got to say, was a little too easy for England. As the All Blacks get us back underway, the ball spills out into the touchline. Lost backwards there by England. It will be All Blacks line out throw. That's the only try for England. Oh no, Jamie George has got to score one. Jamie George is allowed to score one. The throw to the front is stolen by Itoje. And England come away with it. The line-out is... The scrum's been great. 16 minutes. The scrum has been fantastic. The line-out, though, has been a bit wobbly. Box kick here from Mitchell. High. Contestable. Waboso's coming through. Perifeta cheese. Stays calm, cool, and collected. Wins the ball. And the All Blacks can set up some sort of escape from territory here. But now, sets up the ruck. Christie's got it at the back. Box kick, almost charged. It's up over halfway. Talia chasing. Well taken by Freeman. Freeman now. Oh, it's Freddie Stewart. Freddie Stewart has it on halfway. England back into All Blacks territory here with this kick. A chip in behind. And it bounces off into the sideline. Line out throw again. And why not take a line out? Because the All Blacks have looked very, very shaky at line out time. Cody Taylor with the throw. Oh, it's gone to the back. I wouldn't have said it was the straightest throw ever. But they come away with it, the All Blacks. And Mackenzie clears it. Only as far as Stewart, who takes it on the full. And England have it back on the halfway line. Controlling this game early, England, but 7-all on the scoreboard. They'll be disappointed, really, that they let in that try to Talea down the blind side. Mackenzie takes the ball. Dummies, go straight through Mackenzie. Now offloads to Talea. Space, pops it back in field to Perifeta cheese. Perifeta's got support from Talea. Pops it back looking for Perifeta. And it is Marcus Smith, like a thief in the night, appears and steals the ball and saves what would have been a certain All Blacks try. Damian McKenzie sets it up. Whoopsie. Spillage. Perifetta there. He's young, inexperienced, and he doesn't sum that play up very well at all. He had support runners on the inside. Decided to throw it outside. Seven points all it remains. Seb Watson says, why doesn't the winger try and get to the line? Step off the left foot and you're in. There was a lot of hesitancy from the All Blacks there. And that's what happens, I suppose, when you get a young team. It takes a while for the option taking to kick in and just become a natural part of your gameplay when you make that step up to international level. I'm assuming, because I've never done it myself. But I'm gathering that would be the case. Possession has been 50-50, which I find strange. But territory is where England have the advantage. 58% advantage territorially to England. But here, a 5-meter scrum. All right, Sevu Reece is all alone out on the far touchline. Look for a crossfield kick here from Damian McKenzie. I'm pretty sure I nearly just called him Demian as the scrum collapses. Penalty advantage here to the All Blacks, and then hands on Christie as he tries to release it. No, it's all good. Stay hunky. That was just tactical. England just did a big defensive chase. Jamie George, all the experience in the world, knew they were under the pump with the scrum incoming, so he stayed down for a little bit of a race. There it is, the crossfield kick from McKenzie, needing it to sit up for Sevu Reece, but it bounces forward and over the sideline. We come back for the penalty, though. Take the 3. Take the 3. It was on, though. The play was obvious. Sevu Reece was planted out there on that far touchline, so the play was obvious. The crossfield kick, we saw it a mile away, didn't we? And it was a bit scrappy on account of England's defence racing up, but they got there in the end. Just not getting the bounce there for Sevu Reece. Take the 3. It's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. Take the 3 points. It's an absolute gift. And that is indeed what they're doing. McKenzie. An absolute gift 3-pointer here. Throws it over, and the All Blacks lead 10 points to 7. Some rewards for the early pressure. CJ Dunn. Ahoy there, mate. Oh, England have gone quickly with the restart. Caught everybody napping, myself included. And it goes into touch. About 15 out or thereabouts from the All Blacks line. All Blacks throw into the line out, though. CJ Dunn. Ahoy there, mate. Thank you very much for the kind words. The All Blacks line-out has been shaky, so pressure. This is Itoje will get up and compete no matter where this goes. Oh, well, what a fool he made me look like, did Itoje. But he does bring the line-out straight down, and we've got a crooked throw. Or a knock-on. Let's see the replay. What happened? Itoje, it's a knock-on against the All Blacks there. Itoje putting the pressure on. I thought for sure he was going to compete. Oh my God. Spit flying out of the mouth there from Itoje. He's fired up. The absolute man-beast. And this is a big opportunity now for England to once again hit straight back. A scrum down. Attacking range. Referee buries Mr. Two Whistles. There would be a reason for that, yeah, that he's got 2 whistles. He's probably got a whistle that has different levels. The P's in the whistle are probably just slightly different. So whichever scenario we're in, whether it be a penalty or a restart or something, different scenarios call for different whistle. Or maybe it's something to do with the distance as well. Maybe he's got like a longer range whistle. I feel like we need to organise an interview with referee Nick Berry. How amazing would that be if we can actually organise an interview with him and ask him about the 2 whistles? Why have you got 2 whistles out there, mate? I have never seen a referee with 2 whistles before. I mean, this is groundbreaking. This is trend setting. You know those, you know, sometimes like you work a job and the manager will walk into the room and he's just got like 50 keys hanging off his belt and you hear him walk in. The keys are dangling, jingling around everywhere as England win this scrum on the attack and they spill it. They spill the ball in first contact. And Sevu Reece is very quick to get in there and let them know about it. Because that's a pretty big mistake. I'm just wondering if we're going to start having referees run out onto the field with like a belt full of whistles. 1 for every scenario. This is my scrum penalty whistle. This one here. And, this is my whistle for when the crowd's been extremely loud and I just need that extra little... We've got to turn it up to 11. This whistle goes up to 11. Well, James is only 2 points behind you, UFC, on the tipping contest, by the way. Michelle hasn't got a single tip right so far this weekend, so she's a bit further behind, yes. James is only 2 behind you. Scrum down, All Blacks. Another big shove. They have looked dominant at scrum time. The All Blacks. They've looked shocking at line-out time, but at least the scrum's going well. Mussels are cooked. Time for the beer. Oh, now we're talking. Mussels and beer. Seafood and beer. Oh, does it get any better? Is there any better combination? England with the line-out throw, 22 out. Scott Barrett gets up there and competes. It creates some scrappy ball here for England. They still have it, though. Setting up the phases. Working their way midfield here, England. Closer and closer to the posts. Mitchell. 1 off the ruck. There's Ben Earl. 5 phases gone now. England, change of tact here. Smith with the huge cutout pass to Freddie Stewart, who slips on his own 2 goofy feet. And they're still 22 metres out here, England. Big defence from the All Blacks forwards there. Cody Taylor's involved in that one. It's not making any metres here. No inroads, England. Oh, although that nearly put them through. Ollie Lawrence. Back to Smith. Puts the grubber kick in. Damien McKenzie falls over. Oh, it's Geordie Barrett at the back. How the hell can I get those 2 confused? I mean, Geordie Barrett's like 8 foot tall and Damien McKenzie's about 4 foot nothing. Hard to get those 2 confused, but I managed it somehow. But yes, everyone's slipping over everywhere. It's like they're playing this game on ice. And Finley Christie with the box kick clearance only just outside the 22. Not a lot of distance made. So the pressure will still be on here for the All Blacks. Geordie Barrett. Does well to hold on to the ball, honestly. Geordie there. I mean, considering he slipped. Richard Trainer's got a Quinella on the para game. Blaze Tulungi / Will. Is that Will Penasini? Kick through. Oh, it's lost forward, is it? Attempted short pass has been spilt forward. And Sevu Reece now collects the loose ball and clears up to halfway. A much better clearing kick this time. So when you say Quinella, is that first try scorer, second try scorer? Blaze Tulungi, first try scorer. Will Penasini, second try scorer. That's about the only way that payout makes sense. Penalty to England now from the line-out. The line-out continues to be a schmozzle for the All Blacks. 29 minutes gone. 10 points to 7. All Blacks in the lead. Marcus Smith's hair gel is really getting an intense workout. He is starting to look very, very crazy bird lady out there. I remember, I mean, that happens to me. I've gone through that exact same hair length. You know, when you grow your hair long, you have to accept that you're going to cop that sort of weird, awkward mid-hair. And that's where Marcus Smith is at the moment. Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter who's first or second as long as they both score the opening 2 tries. Nice. Mitchell Vella Sport, ahoy there, mate. No, I'm going to do the Broncos-Dragons game instead. I think, in all honesty, the Broncos-Dragons is going to be a slightly better game than the Wallabies-Wales. So after this one, we'll be switching over to NRL. Broncos versus Dragons. Scrum down on the 22. England feed. Secure at the back. That was a much better scrum for England. And they've spilt it. Oh, the All Blacks got a hand in there. That's how the mistake was made. A cheeky little touch from the All Blacks. I'm still on the Broncos at the moment, UFC. Still on the Broncos, but honestly, you know, I ended up going Titans as well. I ended up making a strategic call. Basically, I ignored my gut, and I just went strategic because I think these are some true, the very definition, as a matter of fact, of 50-50 games. Here, Titans and Eels, as we can see, they're 0-0 at the moment. 8 minutes in. True 50-50 games. So I've played strategically, and I've gone to just maintain my 2-point lead at the top of the tipping contest. As the All Blacks put big pressure on at scrum time again. It's been a shining light of this performance so far, the All Blacks. A shining light has been the scrummers. Now the biff. Yes, bring on the biff. The players get together in a little huddle in midfield, and there's a lot of shirt grabbing. They're having a chat there. They're just letting as we approach halftime, they are just letting each other know what the plan for post-game drinks are. The England boys are just grabbing the All Blacks by the collar there and saying, you know, you guys know this area better than we do. Where are we headed out for post-game drinks? A penalty here for the All Blacks, though, as they will look to clear up towards halfway. All Blacks put it into touch just over halfway. Securing the ball. And Itoje fails to roll away in the ruck. And it's a penalty to the All Blacks not taking the 3 on this occasion. No thought of taking the 3 from this far out. They have put it into the corner. Jordie Barrett finds touch about 15 out from England's line. Who will win the Rugby Sevens in the Olympics? Ultimately, it depends who they send over. The teams like Australia, South Africa, England, All Blacks, the usual culprits. It depends who they send over, really. I know that Australia is sending a fairly decent squad, as the throw to the line out is a complete mess. Oh, the All Blacks have got some serious issues at line-out time. This is very reminiscent of the All Blacks of old. The All Blacks of old, I'm talking about the periods of time where they just couldn't win a line-out to save their lives, when you had Anton Oliver throwing in and Toddy Blackadder was one of the receivers, and Reuben Thorne. Some of those All Blacks teams were not built for lineouts. Kick in behind from McKenzie, turns England around again. Throw to the line out here for England. But one thing that I am pleased with, I suppose, is scrum time. This has been a really, really dominant scrum display from the All Blacks. So who tipped the Titans? Me. I ended up tipping the Titans. Throw into the line out. All Blacks look to counter ruck. Mitchell at the back. Box kick. Up to halfway, Mackenzie's there, takes it, swivels away from the first hit. All Blacks ball, just inside their own half. 6 minutes to go till the halftime break. 3 points the difference. Christie takes a few steps back, puts the box kick in. Taken by Smith at the back. Smith goes on a run, gets the arms free, can't offload. England still have it, though. Martin goes in and plays scrum half. Still England ball. Mitchell's got it at the back. Box kick. Lots of height again. Not a lot of distance on this one. It's tapped back by England. Itoje comes down with it. Play on. So they've stolen some meters there. Smith puts the step on. He's caught. Looks to offload. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell with a rushed kick straight down the throat of Perifetta at the back. Perifetta kicks in behind the English line. It's spelt backwards by Henry Slade, who goes back to collect and does manage to get the kick away. Not a lot of distance, though, and a chance here before the halftime break. Remember, the golden era of All Blacks teams. And I'm talking about, oh, geez, the touchy's been very generous with the meters made there from that kick, giving the All Blacks this line-out throw. Geez, what are they? They're about 35 meters out from the England line. It didn't look like it made anything near that. But these are the key periods, aren't they? Right before halftime and right after halftime, the golden era of All Blacks rugby. They would score right before and right after the break. If they never scored a try before or after, they would always put points on in that period approaching halftime and the period straight after. And here comes another penalty, kickable. And most importantly, Bungholio, with a win in the tipping, you'd still be sitting on a perfect round. Now, if you get a perfect round, that's 2 bonus points. So ultimately, even if you guys pick the same for the rest of the weekend, right, and you end up with a perfect round, you'll be 1 point behind after this one. But then with the 2 bonus points for tipping the perfect round, you would actually end up 1 point ahead after this round. And then poor UFC, his trash talking will have moved from me, because he's given up, to you and Michelle, to just Michelle. Damien McKenzie does indeed step up for the shot at 3 points here, right before the halftime break. It's on target. D-Mac, it's straight through. And the All Blacks extend the lead 13 points to 7. A couple of minutes left till the halftime break. Referee Nick Berries has now just given a warning to Jamie George. He has said that's a lot of penalties now down this end of the field. I feel like we might see someone go to the bin before the end, as Scott Barrett comes up with the mistake from the kickoff. Oh, that is not good. England will have the chance to strike for those crucial points right before the break. Through the hands they go. I've got to say, England, surprisingly, have been probably the more expansive of the two teams. Now the grubber kick in, it's a shocker. The grubber kick in behind the line, and Damien McKenzie will just ground it and take the dropout. They probably want that over again. Mr. Bean with a terrible kick there. And Damien McKenzie was back there to secure the ball for the All Blacks. Goal line dropout incoming. Thumps the leather off it up to halfway. Mr. Bean takes it. Offloads to Ben Earl, who gets those big legs wound up. Now Underhill in midfield. 22 out from the line here. It almost opened up in midfield for Mr. Bean. The All Blacks scurry and shut down that gap. Do they think about a droppy here, England? Just take some points into the break. 10 seconds left until the halftime siren. They set up another phase in midfield. Pick and go there for Underhill. Counter ruck here from the All Blacks. England get in and secure. Back we go, Smith. They were set up in the pocket for a drop goal there. They really were. Finlay Christie dives in, tries to get the turnover. Now Smith takes it into contact. The All Blacks defense holds firm. England are not making meters here. Cody Taylor storms in. That will be stupidity of the highest order from Cody Taylor. And England will have a shot now. Crossfield kick. Out there is Tommy Freeman, who leaps above and steals the ball. The crossfield kick under penalty advantage. And Tommy Freeman will score. And England will have a conversion from near the sideline to take the lead into halftime. And I was just talking about All Blacks teams in the past, right? The All Blacks teams, through their dominant era, they scored tries right before halftime and right after. England have just pulled off an All Black against the All Blacks here. Tommy Freeman out leaping Talea. Oh, it wasn't even a chance. It was no contest. Tommy Freeman. And those critical points right before the break, tries right before and right after halftime, are a staple of dominant teams. So this is a positive sign here for England. 13 points to 12, the kick to come. And this game, again, it looks like it's going down to the wire between these two teams. 12 points has been the highest margin between the two of them over the last 5 contests. As Smith, it's on target. And it's right down the middle. And England will lead the halftime break. 14 points to 12. The travelling supporters are up in chorus in the stands. And why wouldn't they be? They have put on such a good performance. I would actually go as far as saying, in all honesty, that England have been the better of the two teams. They've played more expansive. They've been a lot more expansive. They've attacked with a lot more venom. New Zealand, the All Blacks, they seem to be just going through the motions. Through the motions. England are actually throwing stuff at the All Blacks here, and the All Blacks struggling when those crossfield kicks go in. In general play, just taking hit-ups and whatnot. General phase play, I suppose, is what I'm looking for. And general phase play, the All Blacks defense is holding firm. England struggling to find meters, but as soon as they put a kick in, it's over. Those crossfield kicks. England have scored 2 tries now from crossfield kicks. The first to Oboso, and now Tommy Freeman. So, yeah, the All Blacks defense is holding firm, but they just find themselves a little thin with the kicking game of England. 18 points to 0. The Titans are leading the Parramatta Eels in the Rugby League as well. I'm so glad I changed my tip at the final hour and went the Titans on that one. All right, so let's have a status check on our pre-game chats. Okay, so I was talking in the pre-game about the closeness of the contest. The last 5 meetings between these two teams, 1 point victory to the All Blacks. A draw, a 12-point win for England, 1 point win for the All Blacks, 3-point win for the All Blacks. So a couple of betting options were All Blacks 1 to 7, paying $4.60, and unders, under 50.5 total match points, was paying $1.90. I've got no ticks off my same game multi at the moment, so my only hope is these other ones. That's the only hope at the moment. These other ones to sort of kick off and maybe get something for us. All right, Waste of World of Sports, half-time here as the Scott Robertson era continues for the All Blacks. After a narrow and shaky start last week, it's looking narrow and shaky again this week. 14 points to 13. England have the lead at the halftime break. We'll have a quick break ourselves and be back for the second half action right after this here on the Wasted World of Sports.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pants last. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest, with the laugh and the cheer. some beer. Yeah.
All right. Waste of World of Sports halftime. So, how are we looking on some of these bets? Yeah, same game multi shot to pieces. I have no faith in the same game multi anymore. None of those try scorers have come through. But it's all good on the other fronts. We're looking decent for unders. And All Blacks 1-7 is still floating out there. But yeah, UFC, I have a tendency to write all my own theme music. I did the theme song for Intoxigamer as well, which is my gaming channel, which has kind of died a death. It's coming back though, by the way. Intoxigamer will be coming back once YouTube content creation sort of it's close, is what I'm saying. We're here. We're here at the moment. We need to be here. So not a lot of distance yet to cover, but once we get here, I can seriously start considering that this is just what I do now. So and as part of that, it'll be a return of my gaming channel, because there is still, even though it's a very saturated market, we've obviously found a nice little niche here in Wasted World of Sports, doing sports commentary. It's a nice little niche market, but I think there is still a lot of potential in gaming, especially because, I mean, the whole reason that Intoxigamer started back in the first place. And there was obviously some sort of market for it, because that channel got to over 8,000 subscribers. So there's obviously an appeal for it. Just some unfortunate copyright issues was the only thing that really stopped that channel's growth back in the day. But I think more than enough time has passed for a rebirth. So we're nearly there. Just a matter of time, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point of it was I wrote the theme song for that channel as well. The only difference for Wasted World of Sports and the Intoxigamer theme songs is I actually sang the Intoxigamer theme song as well, if you would call it that. If you would call it singing. Because it wasn't meant to be as crisp, and it was meant to be a bit goofy. A little bit Tom Green like a little Tom Green influence on the Intoxigamer theme song. James is a good singer, you say? Is that right? Has he been singing to you on Discord? Has he been singing 80s love ballads on Discord? And in a funny twist, it transpires all this time, James is actually live. He is actually the lead singer from the band Live, just looking to rekindle his stardom. How's that for a plot twist? Wasted World of Sports family, there has been celebrity amongst us this whole time. As Parramatta has scored a try, by the way, in the NRL, Parramatta have scored a try. Their comeback starts now, 18 points to 6. It's far from over there in the NRL. And speaking of far from over, 14 points to 13 here, England in the lead at half-time. This is still absolutely anybody's game. Isn't it crazy, though, to think, like, the last 5 contests between these two teams, the biggest victory has been 12 points. And that was by England. And I'm fairly certain, I kind of remember that game. I'm pretty sure England scored late in that match as well to put it beyond doubt. I think it was close up until that point before they finally put that game to bed, if I'm not mistaken. So games between these two teams really do go down to the wire. They're back out for the second half. England with the 1 point advantage. We're looking pretty good on a couple of things there, but not the same game multi. Same game multi shot to pieces at the moment, but who knows? Anything can happen here in the second half. One point the difference. Can Scott Robertson maintain 100% win rate? He's 1 from 1 so far, of course. Back underway here for the second half. All Blacks, England. 1 point the difference. That is nothing. In the context of a match, that is absolutely nothing. The box kick from England. Up to halfway. Parafeta Cheese has got it here for the All Blacks. Geordie Barrett down the short side as England try to rip that ball away, but the All Blacks secure possession. Mackenzie, flat pass at best there. Off the hip to Artie Surveyor. Back now to Mackenzie for the clearance. High, no pressure on Smith at the back for England. Smith now returns it in kind. Mackenzie takes it. Spilt forward there from Finau. Backwards, says the referee, Nick Berries. Mr. Two Whistles. Oh no, I was just taking the piss, Richard. Sorry. No, we were talking in the Discord earlier, a bunch of us, about Live, and what a fantastic album they released. What a fantastic band they are. And so it was just sort of pre-game Discord chats spilling over into live stream chats, which happens from time to time. So, Wasted World of Sports chatters out there on YouTube, if you're not part of the Discord, you miss out on some fun stuff over there. I recommend grabbing the Discord and joining us in our pre- and post-game chats as Geordie Barrett attacks Marcus Smith in the air, and this will be a penalty to England. Early advantage in the second half goes to the visitors on the back of that. Geordie Barrett just gets it a little wrong. He just couldn't resist. He couldn't pull out of that, but then again, I mean, it's difficult to do, isn't it? England go to the middle of the line out, secure the ball. Smith now back to Earl. Through the hands they go. Waboso offloads to nobody. It's loose out the back, but Stewart goes back to collect. England have lost ground, but they still have the ball. On halfway, Papali'i tries to counter-ruck. And now England come up with the mistake on the halfway line, but a penalty. Referee Nick Berries was playing advantage for the offside. England have started this second half red hot. Oh, they're not taking the 3, are they? Oh, thank Christ. Okay. From the halfway line, I thought that they were sort of lining up a shot at 3 there. But no, he was testing he did the grass test. He grabbed some turf out and threw it up in the air to see which way the wind was blowing. Like that actually legitimately does anything. I don't really know why people do that. But anyways, he's made a great touch finder. And this is pressure. Pressure on the All Blacks. The throw into the line-out England on the back of that penalty. Inside the All Blacks 22. They go to Itoje in the middle again. They release it early again. They are not fluffing about with rolling mauls here. This English team is all about backline play. 10 out from the line now. England set it up in midfield. Talea tries to get in there and rip the ball away and does so successfully. Mark Talea take a bow. Fabulous defensive work. Fabulous ruck work. Richard. Neds. Yeah, because Sportsbet, for whatever reason, don't allow same-game multis on the Rugby Union. It's like Neds must have some sort of exclusivity around the Rugby Union or something. I don't know. I don't understand why Sportsbet doesn't allow same-game multis on the Rugby Union. But Neds, go for your life. Big defense there from Talea and the All Blacks. Surviving that little scare early in the second stanza. Six minutes gone in this second half. England with the slight ascendancy. Big scrum this one. All Black scrum has been good. They set. Christie's got it at the back. Scrum goes down again. Play on, says referee Berries, and Perifetta will clear. Not a lot of distance. Just outside the 22, says the touchy. He was very kind to England in the first half. He's been a bit harsh there on Perifetta Cheese. England with the line-out throw. Just outside the 22. The pressure is still on here for the All Blacks. They go to the front. Surveyor gets hands in there to try and disrupt, but England release it. No thought of a rolling maul again. This is so un-English-like. And it's proven to make them pay because Cody Taylor and Sevu Reece get in there and counter-ruck and secure a penalty for the All Blacks. Oh, no, it's a penalty to England. Okay, it was originally a penalty to the All Blacks, but it looks like the TMO's got involved here, or the assistant referees have got involved, and this is an absolute gift. 3 points right out in front. Oh, they take the 3 here, surely, England. Already leading by 1. Marcus Smith steps up. A chance here for England to extend their lead. Right on target. Oh, it was a gift. And England lead 17 points to 13. The bench clears. The reinforcements are on. England now looking to just solidify this position. Bringing the troops on. 17 points to 13 as the All Blacks get us back underway. England secure the ball. Martin is lifted and takes it. The rolling maul is set. They pull the rolling maul out from the kickoff. That's insane. Mitchell, told to use it now, has it at the back. Box kick. Lots of height once again, but not a lot of distance. It is contestable though, and Geordie Barrett comes through and takes it for the All Blacks. When does Scotty Robertson unleash the interchange? Oh, we've got an issue here for one of the English players. Time off. He is badly in the way here, and he seems in pretty bad shape. He can't move. I didn't see a number, and I don't recognize him, so I'm not sure who it is, but yeah, he went down very, very quick. Oh, he got his head in a horrible position there. He's copped then he's copped some friendly fire. Oh, the poor son of a bitch has copped 2 knees and then a shin. 2 knees into the temple and then a shin to the back of the head. Henry Slade it is, who is down. The English outside centre. He got himself in an atrocious position to make that tackle attempt in the first place. That was his first problem. And then his second problem was some friendly fire. He copped some blows to the head from his own teammates, unintentionally. And this will be a rather lengthy timeout, I suspect, as Henry Slade gets attended to here. And off the field he goes, Henry Slade. This will be a scrum down, All Blacks feed. They'll be okay with that, I should imagine. Scrum time's been going all right for the All Blacks. Just short of the halfway line, Finlay Christie with the feed. No, referee Berries says we'll reset that. Thanks, boys. Now, see, as a supporter of both codes, both Rugby League and Rugby Union, Rugby League's obviously a big part of the channel here on the Waste of Water Sports, NRL specifically, but for diehard Rugby League supporters, this is an area of the Rugby Union game that they complain about, the scrum resets. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fan of the scrum resets, but what I am saying is the good old traditional scrums, the scrummage, the contest for the ball, the big bulls in midfield, pushing and shoving and fighting over that ball is just such a beautiful part of the game. And that is a big drive there from the All Blacks. It goes down, but play on, says the referee. Mackenzie now gets on the outside of the fence, unleashes Talea. Talea looks to put the grubber kick in. Doesn't make good contact with it. And England have it. Well defended there by England in the end, because it looked like some pressure was incoming. Damien Mackenzie with a nice little play there. Mitchell now with the box kick again. Height, no distance. It bounces, though, awkwardly, and it's out the back. Talea races back for it. And the All Blacks have it inside their own 22. Sevu Reece off the side of the boot. It's a shocking kick. And this is advantage England for sure. Carried back into the 22 as well, as that one goes out on the full. And this will be an England line-out inside the All Blacks 22. No question about it, they win that little section of play. Oh, Jesus, I've nearly spilt my drink. Off the outside of the boot there, it sprays from Sevu Reece, and he realises straight away he doesn't make good purchase on that. And here is some pressure for Scotty Razor Robertson. It's a tough gig, isn't it, huh? All Blacks coach. He could do no wrong in charge of the Crusaders. 2 games into this tenure with the All Blacks, as Waboso goes straight through. Here's a chance for England. Oh, but he offloads straight to the All Blacks, but will come back for a penalty advantage. Oh, scrum down. Scrum down it is, sorry. My bad. Talea gets a hand on it and knocks it down. But the All Blacks were under the pump there again. England are just tearing them apart out wide. Waboso, the offload, didn't find a support runner, found an All Black, but they do have the scrum here. As Finlay Christie's down. Do the All Blacks have a replacement for Finlay Christie? Jeez. Perinara got injured in game 1. A lower leg injury. And now it looks like Finlay Christie has been busted. A lower leg injury in game 2. And here is a big moment on debut, running out onto the field. Cortez Ratama, the Chiefs scrum half, on his All Blacks debut. Cortez Ratama had such a big game in the Super Rugby final, and now he gets his chance in a black jersey. And he comes onto the field on a hiding to nothing. All Blacks trailing by 4, 53 minutes gone. This is such a difficult scenario to be entered into the game. But talk about an opportunity to make a superstar name for yourself, right? Your team's behind, you're thrown in at scrum half, a very important position. Big scrum again here from the All Blacks, but England release it. Smith with the crossfield kick. They've had a lot of joy with the crossfield kicks, but this time they don't quite get it right. And it'll be a line-out throw for the All Blacks, an area of the game that they have looked very, very shaky indeed. So this is certainly not guaranteed ball. Cody Taylor goes to the middle. Again, it's disrupted by England. But Taylor is there to swoop on the pieces. And England, they did their best to disrupt, but they couldn't quite make that one stick as well. 4 points the difference here. 53.5 minutes gone. Radama sets up the box kick. Here's his first play. He's going for distance. He's not looking to contest. England think about going quickly, but common sense prevails there from Tommy Freeman. And Radama, I've got to say, very composed entrance into this contest, clearing up towards halfway. England with the line-out throw. Go to the front and spill it. Scott Barrett taps it out the back to Radama. Radama to Sevu Reece, who steps around in midfield. Some mistakes starting to creep in now for England. Oh, but speaking of mistakes, there's one from the All Blacks, and Smith fires a huge cutout pass, which is intercepted from Talea, but the referee will be playing advantage. Knock-on advantage. And that's fair, because the only reason that Marcus Smith threw that huge pass was because he knew they were playing under knock-on advantage. And how far back does he go? Well, he's only going back as far as Sarvea. A fair call. An absolutely fair call, that one. Taleo was away, though. "55 minutes gone. 4 points the difference." England with the scrum feed. They've been under a lot of pressure at scrum time. And they get a free kick. The All Blacks drive too early this time. Just trying to continue to assert their dominance. And they've gone too quickly. It's an English free kick. They tap and go. Back for Smith. Puts the kick in over the top. There's space in behind the All Blacks. And it goes over the sideline. Not a bad option, really, because the All Blacks line-out has been shocking tonight. And this is a pressure throw now. 5 out from their own line. This is a big, big moment in the match. This is a huge throw. Cody Taylor. Free kick to the All Blacks. Oh, what a huge let-off. Failing to keep the gap there. And that is a big, big let-off, because Geordie Barrett can kick the bollocks off of this and get them out of this pressure area. Geordie Barrett does just that. Thumps it upfield. 10 short of halfway. 56.5 minutes gone. 4 points the difference. England throw to the line out. George goes to the middle. They win it convincingly. Box kick here. Again, height, not distance. Contestable. All Blacks come down with it. Geordie Barrett's got it. And the All Blacks set up the ruck just outside their 22. Ratama. Off to Artie Sarvea, I believe that is there. He wants some protection here. Ratama. Setting up a box kick. No, he clears it back for Barrett. And Beauden Barrett, who's on, does not get good purchase on that at all. Sprays it away off the right of the boot. And Beauden Barrett, who is obviously on for Perifeta cheese. A dead set shocker of a kick. And the pressure is still on the All Blacks here. They just can't get out of their own half at the moment, the All Blacks, in this second half. Jamie George with another line-out throw. Going to the front and stolen this time from the All Blacks. Finally, they start to get the line-out into gear. And a kick downfield, chased by Barrett. Barrett puts a big hit on the fullback there. And now the All Blacks counter-ruck. And they go straight over the top of it. They have got numbers out the wazoo to the left, but they can't release the ball as that English rush defence shuts them down again. Here's Rico Ioane. Barely touched the ball tonight from what I can remember. Staying on the left-hand edge now. Beauden Barrett, the kick in behind the line. Wants it to find touch. Does find touch. And this has been a 90-metre turnaround for the All Blacks. The stolen line-out from Artie Sarvea. The kick from Beauden Barrett. Chasing his own kick, makes the hit. They drive over the top, and they've turned England around about 80 or 90 metres here. And suddenly, from a line-out in attacking range, Jamie George will be throwing this in about 10 metres out from their own try line. Rico Ioane comes off the field and Anton Leonard-Brown goes on. Very, very quiet game from Rico. I barely remember. Actually, I don't think I have once mentioned his name. England go quickly. Try and go over the top, but the referee, Nick Berries, says no. We are not ready for that. There's substitutions inbound. Jamie George, they decoy to the front. They go back to the front. And that is a very smart piece of line-out play there from England. Cunningham South did the decoy initially. And they end up going straight back to him at the front. 20 minutes to go. Mitchell with the box kick. Up over halfway, doesn't find touch. Counter-attack opportunity here for the All Blacks. McKenzie with the crossfield kick. Sits up for Leonard Brown. Tries to get away from Marcus Smith. Well tackled there by Smith. Oh, the referee almost gets tangled up in the ruck. Jeez, that would have been 2 weeks suspension in the NRL. Contacting the referee like that. Beauden Barrett, flat pass. Attacking the left-hand edge here is McKenzie. Now to Beauden Barrett. It opens up for the All Blacks. He's got support outside from Talea. The pass right on the chest. And the All Blacks make England pay. Short defence out wide there. And Beauden Barrett. Well, last week I said I couldn't believe that you took Perifetta off. And that was absolutely nothing against Beauden Barrett, who is a superstar. But this week, Perifetta's gone off. Beauden Barrett has made an immediate impact outside that first kick that he sprayed off the side of the boot. Beauden Barrett's injection into this game has been the turnaround for the All Blacks. And he sums this play up to perfection, puts Talea over in the corner for his second. And the All Blacks reclaim the lead. "62 minutes gone. And the home side hits the front. Damien McKenzie, a perfect record with the boot tonight, but this, a big kick from the sideline. It's on target. It's just hanging left, though. That's his first miss for the night, but the All Blacks lead by 1. The All Blacks reclaim the lead. Beauden Barrett, the difference maker at the moment. Back underway. Scott Barrett takes this one. It's Barrett's or us out there at the moment. It's like the NRL's version of it's rugby's version of the Trbojeviches. Trbojeviches or us. This is Barrett's or us. Crossfield kick, looking for Leonard Brown. Finds Smith though. Finn Smith, that is. There's a couple of Smiths out there for England. Now Mitchell puts the kick in behind. Sets up for McKenzie. Probably didn't need to make a play at it. Fires it back into Beauden Barrett, who gets on the outside. Space again now for the All Blacks. This game starts to open up. Talea steps back in field. Over halfway he goes. This is great work now from the All Blacks. They're really starting to open things up now with the injection of Beauden Barrett. And the crossfield kick goes out on the full. Again, it sprays off the outside of the boot. But the All Blacks are just starting to click into gear here. Bungholio with the $5 super chat. Cheers, mate. What have you said here? You're looking for a guy in YouTube? Well, geez, this is YouTube streaming, mate, not Tinder. You're looking for a guy in YouTube. Streamer 555 bandana. YouTube streamer 55 bandana. May I ask what beer you're drinking? Because I feel like I need some. You're making no sense. But anyway, cheers. I would love to be drinking beer as strong as that. Because you only started a few minutes ago. Anyway, cheers. Bungholio. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. 18 points to 6, by the way, in the NRL, for those interested. England with the ball. Back on the attack they go. Trailing by 1. The kick in behind. It sits up for Beauden Barrett. And Barrett clears it. And this time he's allowed to put it out on the full because he's inside the 22. And that is a much better purchase, a much better clearance. And what a difference maker Beauden Barrett has been so far in this game. 15 minutes to go. That throw is not straight, uncontested though, so it's all good. Through the hands now, England into midfield. Waboso almost goes through. Well wrapped up by Geordie Barrett. It's still on here for England though. Itoje draws in a few defenders in midfield. England go back on the attack. Only 1 point the difference again. Penalties and drop goals could come into play. Ollie Lawrence with the kick in over the top to Beauden Barrett, who chips and chases. Gets a kick again before it hits the ground. It sets up for him, but he can't quite bring the ball in. Oh, Beauden Barrett has just come out onto the field, and yes, he's making some mistakes, but he has also torn this game wide open. And the All Blacks have it back. Geordie Barrett this time. Mackenzie out the back of shape. Gets the pass away. And through the hands. Space for Talea again on that left-hand edge. England look to counter-ruck. They can't. New Zealand, since the injection of Beauden Barrett, look like a completely different team. Now the cutout pass. Space for Sevu Reece. Goes straight up the middle. He's got support. Papali'i steps back in field. Offloads to Geordie Barrett. Out to Leonard Brown, who steps in field. Taken 10 metres out from the line. All Blacks looking to end this game with a big, big statement. Ratama calling for the troops around the back. They want more. One out from the ruck. They want to draw in some more defence. Penalty advantage right out in front. There's already been warnings, and this could be a yellow card incoming. There were warnings in the first half. It's an absolute gift three-pointer here. If they want to take it, it's a gift 3 for Damian McKenzie, and they do indeed step up to take the shot. Mackenzie slots it, and the All Blacks lead this 21 points to 17. 12 minutes to go. This game again going down to the wire between these two teams. England get us back underway. And it's been the injection of not Damien McKenzie, it's been the injection of Beauden Barrett. And England give away a penalty for high contact. Itoje up around the neck of Geordie Barrett. And England are starting to fall to pieces here. The last 10 minutes of the contest. Mackenzie puts it into touch. Just shy of the halfway line. All Blacks will need to win some line-out ball, though, to keep this momentum going. Oh, that's such a rough call, honestly. I mean, it is what it is. That's the nature of all contact sport these days. That is the nature of all contact sport these days. The high tackles that aren't really high tackles. You would not have seen that called even, geez, I want to say 3-4 years ago. Ten minutes left, though. The All Blacks dug deep, and they found a way to be leading this game. Absolutely incredible. Throw into the line out. Hits its target. Scott Barrett in the middle. Rolling maul here for the All Blacks. Well defended from England. They'll be told to use it here, the All Blacks. They need to get the ball out. Ruddimer goes in, digging for it. It's not coming out, though. And now it does. And Omoa brings it up to halfway. They did well, the All Blacks there. It looked like that ball was going to end up trapped. And it's knocked on at the back. And England have won themselves a penalty. No, a scrum, sorry. Not a penalty. England win themselves a scrum. They're not going away here, England. Ben Earl is fired up over that. Very excited about that turnover. Bloody Tom Curry there with his name that always makes me feel like Indian food. Son of a bitch. All Blacks have been doing well at scrum time, though, so they need another big push here. England feed just inside All Blacks territory. Whoop. Referee blows one of his whistles. I'm not sure which one. Because he's got two of them. I would love that interview. I really would. That would be such a good interview. Interviewing referee Nick Berry about his whistles. Eight minutes to go. Scrum down. Time off again. Another reset. Oh, the Titans have got the ball back in the NRL too. 26 and a half minutes to go in that one. I'm kind of glad I changed my tip to the Titans at the final hour. The next game I'm not so sold on. Broncos Dragons. I'm still contemplating what I end up doing on that one. Scrum down. It's a big drive here from the All Blacks. They go straight over the top of the scrum and win the penalty. Oh, they've been dominant at scrum time. The line-out needs some work, but Jesus Christ, they've been dominant at scrum time. And they have just driven straight over the top, and that is a massive penalty. Damian McKenzie, does he contemplate a shot at post here? He's thinking about it. No, into touch we go, he says. It's a bit far out. And they just plug it into touch. All Blacks will have the line-out throw. Another huge scrum there from the All Blacks. Oh, Scotty Razor loves it. 22 out from England's line. Line out throw. To the middle they go. Scott Barrett loses it. England come away with it. Oh, the lineouts have been scrappy, but All Blacks get a penalty, and this one is more than kickable. It's out wide, but it's only 22 metres out. This is just bread and butter for rugby union kickers. It's not a guaranteed 2 in rugby league, but this is almost a guaranteed 3 in union. And they could put it out to a converted try the difference. Damian McKenzie steps up. They point straight to the post with 6 minutes remaining to make it a converted try the difference. Richard Trainer, you're eating cheese and garlic naan bread, kebab with chicken tikka, onion, tomato pickles. Very nice. Oh, man. Damian McKenzie with the penalty attempt. This honestly, in rugby union, this should be a given that he puts this one over. And he hits the post, but it bounces through. He made it difficult. He just wanted to give us some drama. And the All Blacks lead 24 points to 17 now. 5 minutes remaining. England goes short with the restart. I honestly couldn't tell you what the penalty was for, moronic douchebaggery. I think what happened, I'm just making an assumption here, but I'm making an assumption that because Scott Barrett dropped the ball in the line-out, and I think the call was that he was impeded in the line-out, hence the mistake. But that is just a wild guess. England have the ball back now, inside the last 5 minutes. A big fend put on and some space for slide home. Back into All Black territory. Smith out the back to Finn Smith. Marcus to Finn. And now they put the kick in. It sits up for McKenzie at the back. And I don't know if kicking is the option for England. They have looked very threatening when they've run the ball. And Damian McKenzie just clears it up towards the halfway line. Oh, Bungholio with another super chat. Well, at least he's not taking it to heart that I didn't understand his reference to whatever he was referencing before at some apparent viral video. Now, breaking away down the side. The sideline is slide home, steps back in field. Well tackled there at the back from the All Blacks. We'll come back to that shot because inside the 22 now, England need a converted try. And they are on the attack, 10 metres out now from the All Blacks line. Crash ball is a forward, but we come back for a penalty right out in front. All right. Well, sorry, UFC. I apologize that I can't be across every single viral moment that happens. As a matter of fact, I purposely try to not be across all viral things that happen. My life would have been much, much better had I not stumbled across the Huck Tour thing. My life in general is a lot better when viral things stay away from me. Big line out throw this one. 2.5 minutes remain. Jamie George throws to the middle. England come down with it. They release it immediately. I cannot believe an England team that has not once utilised the rolling maul in this test series inside the opponent's 10-metre line. All Blacks counter ruck. All Blacks look to steal, and it looks like they've got the ball. Ratimer's got it to the back. Out it goes to Beauden Barrett. Beauden Barrett clears it. The All Blacks counter ruck is good. Marcus Smith goes quick. Puts the step on. Fends on Geordie Barrett. Goes straight through. Support inside the 22. England still on the attack here. Mitchell out to midfield. Mitchell runs down the short side. Dummies goes on his own. Well defended. The All Blacks were there in numbers. Where are the forwards for England? There they are. Spilling it, but a penalty advantage again. Oh, they're risking a sin bin in here, the All Blacks. I know. I mean, the game's almost over, so the 10 in the bin itself is no cause for concern. But the man down in defence is Cheers Bungholio. Ah, there's 1. 2. 3. 4. Oh, wait, I only needed to do 2, didn't I? All right. I'll stop now. Throw into the line-out. Hits a Toji in the middle. England still have it. 30 seconds left. They pile in. They finally get a rolling maul happening here. It's got great shape, and it sits up at the back. Jamie George is over the line. Can he get it to ground? No, he's held up. The All Blacks defend. He's held up. Jamie George. Finally, for the first time in this test series, England have put on the rolling maul. And the All Blacks have defended it well. Time is up on the clock. Referee Berries has said, held up. To a Toji in the middle. This is what I've been expecting. This is why both tests I have put Jamie George in my same game multi, because of this exact play that England just pulled out. It's their bread and butter. I've been expecting it all series. And it's taken till the 80th minute in the second test for them to finally pull it out. They go to the middle again. Oh, this is a replay. No, this is live. No, it's a replay. God damn it, James. Making me do shots. I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know what's live and what's a replay. So England are hoping for a penalty here for collapsing this maul, but I don't think they're in for much luck here. We're checking the grounding. Jamie George has it at the back. It opened up there. Geordie Barrett gets there. Bowden Barrett is there. Sever Reese is there. Bowden Barrett gets his body under the ball. And that's clearly held up. It's clearly held up. There's a conference going on in the midfield between the officials. Referee two whistles berries. And the TMO brings it back up on the big screen. So what are we looking at here? Potentially collapsing? The potential collapse here in this first sequence of play. With the maul. All Blacks struggling to defend here, and it just collapses, but it breaks out. All right, here we go. Hang on. I'll try and hear. Oh, okay, so the maul was successfully defended, and then when that second pod broke away, it's called an obstruction because they'd broken away from the maul, and the English lead runner was in front of Jamie George. So it's an obstruction. It's truck and trailer. It's a penalty, and the All Blacks can thump this into touch, and they win by 7 points here, the All Blacks. 24 points to 17. It's a 1-7 margin. It's under 50.5. The same game multi was plate full of piss, but hey, we got the other two. $24 points to 17. The All Blacks go 2-0 under Scotty Razor Robertson. This new era of All Blacks rugby is off to 100% start. So there you go. I mean, I hope that our little pre-game chats were useful. When I gave you unders at $1.96, I think it was, and All Blacks 1-7 at $4.60. Ignore the same game multi. Same game multis are hard though, aren't they? Same game multis are very, very difficult. That's what makes them so beautiful, right? That's what makes them so much fun, because they're so hard to get. I mean, what man doesn't love a good game of hard to get? $24 points to 17, and the difference maker, what? UFC. Oh, James, you kill me. You kill me, sir. 24 points to 14, by the way, in the NRL. 14 minutes to go. This game is far from over. 10 points the difference. 14 minutes remain. It seems like the Parramatta Eels are coming home with a wet sail against the Titans. So this one's not over yet. Bowden Barrett, for mine, was the difference maker. I was very, very upset in the first test that that Perifetta was taken off, because I feel like he was a standout player. Now, he had another great game again. my concern was not about Beauden Barrett, because Beauden Barrett is a proven superstar. But Perifetta proved himself and probably deserved to stay out on the field. And once again, probably did. So it's difficult, but I mean, I still think Beauden Barrett probably should have come on for Damian McKenzie in both of these games. But hey, look, I will rip on players. I'll also give them credit where credit is due. Damian McKenzie had a solid ass game tonight as well. Damian McKenzie was much better this week. And but Beauden Barrett was the difference maker. Beauden Barrett, as soon as he was injected into this game, it was a completely different outlook. The All Blacks just suddenly sparked to light. Their backline, it was the link in the backline that was needed to just set them alight, in my opinion. And no wonder there's some emotion out there from Beauden Barrett. 24 points to 17. They have won this two-match test series against England 2-0. But again, close. Always close between these two teams. All right, let's see. Who's going to get man of the match? Man of the match for mine, oh, geez. I mean, you'd be tempted to give it to Beauden Barrett just because of the influence that he had on the match. I would like, though, very much for Perifetta to get some sort of recognition for just how immense he was across both games. Perifetta, maybe, for man of the series. Beauden Barrett, man of the match tonight. Perifetta, player of the series. That'd be my votes. Let's see. Calling Jamie George up first for a little chit-chat. Jeff Wilson doing the interviewing. All Blacks legend, Jeff Wilson. 24 points to 16 in the NRL. By God, it's not over. 11 minutes to go. The Parramatta Eels are coming home with a wet sail. Like I said, they are making a game of this. I've still got a, I think I showed it on stream one time, I think, during one of the Super Rugby streams. But I've still got some match day program sheets. Not the full program. I tore the sheets out because when I was younger, I didn't think about things like future value, right? When you're a kid, you don't think about, oh, this is going to be worth something someday, potentially. You just don't think about it. So I had the actual full programs, but I tore the pages out with the team list on it. Then I've got a few. I've got a few different ones. I've got a Crusaders, a Highlanders, and Hurricanes. And on the Highlanders one, I've got Jeff Wilson, Payne Randall, who else? Anton Oliver. Can't remember who else I managed to get. On the Crusaders one, I've got Justin Marshall, Andrew Mertens, Leon McDonald was on there as well. Norm Berryman. Stay Hunky says, Dan, quick question. Argentina will lose or France? What's this in? Sorry? All right, I'll have a quick break before they announce who the player of the match is. Oh, we're not going to find out who the man of the match is, apparently. They've done the trophy presentation here for the All Blacks. All right, well, I'm not going to stick around for that, though. Steinlager. Okay. This international series between the All Blacks and England was called the Steinlager Ultra Low Carb Test Series. That's hilarious. All right, Wasted World of Sports, thank you so much for your company. Very much appreciate it, as always. Sponsorship gone goddamn mad. The Steinlager Ultra Low Carb Test Series between All Blacks and England comes to an end. All Blacks win it 2-0. Zippo. Sounds like there was a sheet of paper with possible names for the Marx brothers. Discarded names. Zippo? No, we'll go Zeppo. Anyway, 24 points to 17. All Blacks with the victory over England. Broncos versus Dragons coming up next here on the Wasted World of Sports. Patricia Cash, ahoy there. Hi from Ireland. Oh, nice. Very nice. I'm part Irish myself. Part Irish, part Maori, part born in Australia. So, you know, what if anyone ever asks the question about how are you able to drink the way that you do, the answer is simple. Very, very simple answer. I'm part Irish, part Maori, born in Australia. What choice did I have? Anyway, thank you so much for your company, as always. We'll be back very, very shortly here on the Wasted World of Sports for the Broncos versus the Dragons. It's a true flip of the coin, that one. I don't know who to pick. I've gone for the Broncos at the moment just because home team, but it's a true coin toss. I'll be cheering for the Dragons. But who knows? Who really knows? All right. Thank you so much, Wasted World of Sports. Catch you very, very shortly. Broncos versus Dragons. Coming up next. I mean, feel free to humor UFC. Or James. It'll be one of those two. I'm assuming UFC because James is already signed in as Bungholio. Unless he's doing multiple devices. But there was only one person who was obsessed with the Pat Cash story. That was UFC. Nobody else gave a shit about the Pat Cash story like UFC did. So I think it's a pretty clear front runner. All right. Anyways. Broncos, Dragons coming up after this.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pants last. From the kickoff to the final whistles blow, we'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. No way to roll, from sideline jokes to post-match tales, all big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporting crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!